Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, folks, so we are looking at this exercise here today. The exercise is called Shopping and Ratio, page 55, Collins book 3. Okay, now I have selected question number 2 as our first example. We have done the chapter from the basic skills book, so this is our extension work where we are now being confronted, or we are having to deal with the fractions. So Idris was going to join me on this question just before we started the video. So Idris, please, can you, if you're muted, can you unmute yourself, please, Idris? And can you come in and help us understand how we go about doing this question? We've got lots of interesting fractions. So, Mr. Idris, off you go. We're going to start from here, Idris. And I need to get to here. Can you explain how do we get from a half to a quarter?
Divide by 2.
MashaAllah. Well done. So let me explain to you why Idris said that. If you divide a circle into half, that's what a half looks like. This bit here is a half. Okay. If you divide that into 2, you get quarters now. These are quarters. That's why he said divided by 2. Half divided by 2 gives you quarters. And you can see from that diagram. Okay. Oh, lovely. So what we do on the left, we do on the right. So what's 10 divided by 2, Idris?
5.
5 times, fantastic. Now, I want to get to 1 1/4 liters. Which one shall I start from? Shall I start from the half a liter value, or shall I start from the quarter liter value? I want you to think and give me an answer based on you thinking about it and saying, yeah, I've thought about it, sir, and I think I should jump from this one. Which one shall I go from?
Quarter.
Fantastic. That is the right choice. Can you explain to the class, why do you choose a quarter to go to 1 1/4?
Because 4 quarters equals 1 and there's an extra one.
So what are you going to time by then?
4.
Time by 5. So 1 1/4 is 5 times a quarter. That's the reason why Idris chose that one. So 1 1/4 is in the quarter times table. So you have a quarter, you have 2 quarters, 3 quarters, 4 quarters makes 1 whole. And then 1 1/4 is going to be giving you 5 quarters. So Idris is using his knowledge of fractions and realizing that 1 1/4 is a multiple of a quarter by a factor of 5. So what you do on the left, whoops, you do on the right. So Idris, what's 5 times by 5?
25.
So that gives you 25 pence. Okay, now Idris, again, the next question. I need to get to 4 1/2 from any of the above values. It doesn't have to be the one before. And you have to choose using your brain power which one you're going to use. So, which one shall I use? How do I get to 4 1/2 from what I already know and choose the correct one?
Half.
Remember, it's 4 1/2 liters. So which one are you going to use?
Half.
Fantastic. Why have you chosen a half?
Because
4 1/2, 4 1/2 liters is in the half times table. You have a half, 1 whole, 1 1/2, 2, 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2. So how many halves makes a 4 1/2, Idris?
9.
9. Okay, I hope everybody's paying attention. So if you multiply a half 9 times, you will get 4 1/2. Think about it as cakes. You have 9 pieces of cake. Each cake is half a cake in terms of the size. You'll have 4 1/2 cakes. So what we do on the left,
We do on the right.
we do on the right. So 10 times by 9 is
90.
90. Okay, now the next one is a bit of a kind of a curveball. That one is. It's not a fraction. It's our 6 liter value. Give me a second, please. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Okay, Idris, now I need to get 6 liters. How do I get 6 liters?
Times 12 by half.
Okay, oh, times a half by 12, you mean? You set it back to front. So you go back to the half. And you want to go to 6. And you times it by?
12.
12, because half, 12 halves makes 6. So you got to find out how can you make 6 from one of the above values. And you literally, so I've color coded everything for you. So it's the top value times by 12. So what's 10 times by 12, Idris?
And £1.20.
And that's it. Our question is done. So the quarter liter is 5p. The 1 1/4 liter is 25p. That's the second answer. The 4 1/2 liters is 90p. And the 6 liters is £1.20. So this question is now extending your practice and extending your knowledge from the previous exercise that we just done, where you had those tables. So, but in this case, we've got fractions, because not everything in life is going to be straightforward numbers, multipliers, and nice and easy. Sometimes you have to use the old brown bread, the brain cells. You got to crack out the brain cells and get them busy with the thinking and thinking, how do I get to one thing? So if you look back at the previous exercise here, okay, these questions have the tables in it. Okay, so here's the tables. Now these are nice and straightforward. Divided by 7, divided by 2, times by 2, and we're not really dealing too much with any fractions like that one here. So they were the nice easy ones we just done early in the lesson. So these questions here are the ones that are going to hopefully challenge us a bit. Okay, that's one question done. Okay, thank you for that, Idris, for your contribution. We're going to do another example. We're going to find another brave person, a brave warrior in the class who will help us to go on this mission of the fractions. Okay, Ayan's got his hand up. Ayan, do you want to do the next question? Okay, Ayan's, I think he's volunteering. Ayan, okay, unmute yourself and let me choose another question and you can join us in the next question. So let me choose another question now then. So we've done question number 2. It's recording, that's good. Okay, question number 5. So let's cut the question out. Okay, copy. Let's see if we put this question down here, slightly to one side. Okay, we've managed to squeeze that question in there. All right, let's get rid of the side. Okay. Okay, somebody is writing on the screen. So give me a second. Disable participants. I forgot to disable. Okay, that's good. Yes, I am recording now, Mr. Ibrahim. I had a message from you. I don't know what time that's sent. We are currently recording this, inshallah. That will help you with the revision. Okay, Mr. Ayan, are you going to help me with the next question?
Yes.
Are you feeling brave, Mr. Ayan?
Yes.
Have you got your brave hat on?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. That's what I want to hear. Okay, folks. You have the microphone, Mr. Ayan. Let me set up the question first of all. So we have 500 milliliters cost us 16 pence. So that's the original question. Let's change color now. What color was that one? That was blue. Should we do blue again? We could do blue again, yeah. So now we're gonna have over here 2.5 liters. Then we're gonna have 3 liters, and the next one's gonna be 1/4 of a liter. So whatever I'm doing, folks, can you please do the same? Because set it all out, make it all look beautiful. Okay, right. Let's zoom it back out a bit. Okay, right. So, Mr. Aryan, you can also a little bit see the other question as well. So hopefully that will help you to focus your brain cells. Right, let's have a look. Okay, right. So 500 milliliters, okay, to 2.5 liters. Go. What do we do? How do we get from 500 milliliters to 2.5 liters? And that looks a bit confusing because one's in milliliters, one's in liters. So what do you suggest, Ayan, we do to the 500 mil first before we even start the question? What could we do to it?
The 1 milliliters equal 1 liter.
Okay,
1,000.
so I think what you mean is 1 liter. Oops. Oh, sorry, that's me bad. Okay, all right. Why is that going away? You mean 1 liter equals
1,000 milliliters.
1,000 milliliters, yeah? That way around. So how much of a liter is 500 milliliters then? So if 1 liter is 1,000, you got 500. So how much of a liter do you have? Do you have a full liter? Do you have a quarter of a liter? Half a liter? How much do you have?
Half.
Fantastic. That's the number I want from you. So write in brackets there, a half a liter. Okay. So are we going to use 500 milliliters for the question, or are we going to use the half liter value?
The half.
Half a liter, because everything else is in fractions of a liter, not in milliliters. So always make life easy for yourself. Don't complicate life. You must change milliliters into liters and then start to manipulate the question. Okay, let's get started, Mr. Ayan. Right,
So
how do I change half a liter into 2.5 liters?
So you do
Go on.
the half goes in the 2.5. So you do
How many times?
one.
Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. How many
Five.
times? How many times?
5.
So what do you time by?
5.
And what do you time the other side by?
5.
Beautiful. So 6 times by 5 is 30, and that'll give you. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. Now let's move. How do I get to 3 liters?
So you can use the other method as well again.
Okay, so where shall I start? Which way? Do you want me to start here or here to get to here? I want to get to 3 liters. Where do you want me to start from?
2.5.
From what?
2.5.
Oh, that's not really a good idea, mister. Okay, then if you would start from 2.5, how would you get to 3 by going from 2.5? What would you do?
So as you do
now I see there's a way of doing it. Go on. But ideally, go on.
So you get 5 from the top. So
Yeah.
you can do from the 2.5 to 3, add 1, that's 6.
Okay. So if you go from so doing some crazy stuff. Okay, from half a liter, if you go to 3 liters, how do you get from half to 3?
Times by 6.
Beautiful. So half a liter, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, and 3. Okay, so 1.5 goes into 6. 1.5 goes into 3 6 times. So the multiplier is 6. There we go. So what is 16 times by 6?
96.
96. Beautiful. Okay, next question. I want to get to a quarter of a liter. Where do I start?
1/2.
Fantastic. You start from the same place again. Yes, lovely. What do you do?
So you do divide by 2.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Okay, half. If you have a half, there we go. Look, there's a half a cake. Yeah, this is half a cake. If you divide that into half, you get quarter of a cake.
So 250.
So you divide that by 2. So 16 divided by 2 is?
8.
8. Not 250. Remember, we're not using 500 milliliters again at all. The 500 milliliters was there in the beginning, but we're not using it again because we've converted it to half a liter. Good. Now, Ayan, come on. I want you to amaze me by finishing the question. So far, you've given me fantastic answers and some nice suggestions. Right. How do I get to 1.25 liters? What
So
do I
do? You start with the 1/4.
Where shall I jump from? Where shall I jump from?
1/4.
Beautiful. So 1/4. How does 1/4 become 1.25?
So you do
a quarter. 2 quarters makes a half. 3 quarters. 4 quarters. And then 1 more quarter makes how many quarters?
4, 5.
5 quarters. So in 1.25 it contains 5 quarters. So you actually multiply the top number by 5. And what you do on the left, you do on the right. So you have now 8 times by 5, which is equal to?
40p.
Okay. Look at that beautiful math that you guys have done. Mr. Idris done the math on the left-hand side, and Mr. Ayan done the math on the right-hand side. Actually, I think we should put the names on there. This is Mr. Yan.com. This is Mr. Idris. And it's been signed by Yan. It's been signed by Idris. Okay, well done, you two. Fantastic explanation to the class. Okay, we are supposed to be having a break about a few minutes ago, but I think before we have a break, everybody should try some questions. Then we have a break, and then we come back, and then we recap those questions, and then we will hopefully get ready for homework. Okay, right, let's go back to the top. Okay, so we have just done which question? Let's have a look. So we have just done that one. And I think we've done that one. Okay, so we've done those two. So let's choose a different color now. Okay. Right, everybody, I want you to have a go at question number 6. I think question number 6 and question number 7. What we can do, we can get rid of the colors and get them. Okay. I think we should get rid of the colors for a second and put the colors over here. Did I say 6 and 7? Yeah, 6. Whoops. 6 and 7. Okay, folks, these are the questions that you guys need to do. 6 and 7. And I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do them, and then we can go straight to our break. Okay. So let's have a go at the questions before we go to break, before your brains get kind of frazzled. 5 minutes starting from now. Okay. For those of you who haven't got printouts, have a look at the screen. Copy the question and set it out like we just done for classwork. Off you go. I'm just going to pause the video because we don't need to record breaks. Resume recording. Okay. Right, let's get started. So we have a quarter of a liter. It cost us 15 pence. We have a half a meter. It costs £1.25. That's the starting part of the question. Okay, I want everybody to start putting on their brave hats and see which person is going to be the brave one that joins me in this question. Is it 4 1/4? Okay, the question I'm doing now, I haven't done it before, but let me just quickly check. Quarter 15 pence. Have we done it before? No? Okay, good. I don't do it again. Okay, 4 1/4, and the last one is 2 3/4. Okay. Okay, the next one is half meter. We got 5 meters. We have 8.5 meters. We have 6 meters. And then we have 3.5 meters. Okay, first question. Right, so Marcel Idris has helped me. And I don't know who else has helped me. Ayana has helped me. Ariana, please. Question number 6. I need you to join me, please. Thank you. Right. Okay. Sorry about that. Ariana, let's go.
Would you do?
I want you to tell me what to do. I want to go from 1/4 to 3 1/4. How do I do it?
Would you times it by 3?
Beautiful. I'm doing what you're telling me. And times the other side by 3 as well. So 15 times by 3 is?
45p.
Okay, next. I want to get to half a liter. What do I do? How do I do it?
Do you times it by 2 from 1/4?
Beautiful. Yes, you are talking a lot of sense. I'm going to copy the same on the other side. 15 times by 2 is?
30p.
Okay, I want to get to 4 1/4 now. Where do I do that from?
Could you do it from a quarter again?
Absolutely. Because 4 1/4 is a multiple of a quarter. How many quarters go into 4 1/4?
16.
17.
Oh.
Why is it 17? Because in 4 whole you have 16, but you got 4 and 1 quarter. So you got 16 quarters plus another quarter. That gives you 17 quarters. So that was a good try, but you were off by 1. I'll let you off today, okay? So let's go back over here. And we're going to have to do 15 times by 17. Okay. We're going to cheat a bit, okay? You got the calculator out. You're not supposed to, but just to save time. Okay, so 15 times by 17 is what?
Is it £2.70?
Okay, I get 255 pence. Can somebody confirm that for me, please? So if you do 15p times by 17, you should get 255. Anybody got access to a calculator or want to manually work it out, please check it out.
£2.55.
Thank you, Mr. Idris. Thank you. Right, back to you, Ariana. Right, I need to get to 2 3/4 of a liter. What do I do? How do I do it?
Do you go from a quarter?
Again?
Yeah, and then do you times it by 11?
Yeah, 4 times by 2 is 8. 8 at 3 is 11. So there's 11 quarters in 2 3/4. Absolutely correct. So then we do 15 times by 11 because we've got to go to the same place. So let's a little bit more cheating. Okay, what do we get, Mr. Idris? Can you check, please, everybody?
£1.65.
Thank you, Mr. Idris. Are you happy with that, Ariana?
Yeah.
Okay, now you've done the question beautifully. Well done. Now, if you see the way we've set the you see the way that I've set the question out, that's the way I want you to set out your homework, your classwork. So, inshallah, hopefully next week when I start getting some homeworks being sent into me by WhatsApp or by Cam Scanner software, I should see some nice, lovely, beautiful, those jumps in different colors if possible. And you're showing me, indicating to me what and where you did everything. Okay? So, Ariana, thank you very much. That was a fantastic question. We need another brave soul for the next question. Anybody want to volunteer by putting their hands up? Aliza, mashallah. Unmute and join me, please, in the next question.
You have to for 1/2 of a meter to get to 5 meters. You have to times it by 10.
Beautiful. Now, why have you multiplied it by 10 and not by any other number? Why 10?
Because you have 10 1/2s in 5 meters.
Absolutely. So a half a meter will fit into 5 meters 10 times, because a half a meter will fit into 1 meter twice. So twice in each meter. So you'll have 2 in the first meter, 2 in the second, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So in 5 meters, you'll have 10 lots of half meters. Okay. So what we do to the left, I'm going to do that for you for the right. So what's £1.25 times by 10, Eliza?
£12.50.
Okay, that's fantastic. Okay, next.
For 5 meters to get to 8.5, you can use the half meter.
Okay, now, yes, that's right. If you want to get to 8.5, you don't jump from 5 meters, but you jump from what?
1.5 meter.
Beautiful. You go back to the beginning because that's the best place to jump from. So how does a half become 8.5, Eliza?
Times it by 17.
Oh, lovely number. Where did you get that number from?
Because there are in 8 there are 16 halves.
And then you got an extra half that makes how many?
17.
Okay, now can you see what I've written there, annotated?
Yeah.
Or you can change your 8.5 mixed fraction into a top heavy fraction. So you do 2 times by 8 is 16. 16 add 1 is 17, which is the same answer that Aliza just gave us. So whether you do by converting it or by thinking of it manually in your head, whichever way, it's no problem. So let me just quickly rub off all these extra bits here. So we just make it a little bit more neater. So Aliza said we have to multiply by
17.
17 back from the beginning. So you got £1.25 multiplied by 17. Okay, so 1.25 times by 17. You should ideally do this like on a piece of paper or on your pad somewhere as 1.25 times by 17. Okay, just to save a bit of time in the lesson. What do you get?
125.
21.25.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. Very nice. Okay,
Yeah.
now, Aliza, how do I get 6 meters?
You could use the half meter.
Absolutely. So
So
how does half a meter become 6 meters?
times it by 12.
Times it by 12. Why do you times by 12? Because there are?
Because there are 12 halves in 6.
Fantastic. Half a meter will fit into 6 meter 12 times. So it's in the half meter times table. Sweet. Down here. So you've got 1.25 times by 12. You're supposed to be ideally working this out manually on your pen and paper, on your pad. But, we are just trying to save a little bit of time in the lesson. And says using a calculator. Don't tell anybody. Next.
£27. Oh, wait, no. Then you have to know how many 3 halves go into 1 half.
Okay, so you go back to a half.
So that's 7.
7 times.
Yeah.
And same there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 1.25 times by 7 equals
£8.75.
Beautiful. Okay. And we are coming towards the end of our lesson. Okay, folks, I hope you understand what we've done today on these examples. So we've done 2 in the beginning. We had, mashallah, Ayan help us and Idris help us with those questions. Inshallah, I'll be sending the notes to your parents and they can print them out in color if you have that facility, or you can use them in color as a PDF on your phone, on your iPad, on your computer, wherever you have your laptop. And you can also, inshallah, hopefully, by that time, you'll have the video uploaded, inshallah. Bismillah, hopefully everything goes okay. And you can see exactly what we've done unfold itself by watching the video and helping yourself to understand the question. So, are there any questions? Please don't switch your video on, we're still recording the moment. Okay, and let me just quickly put pause.